Well, hi, boys and girls. We're doing the cabin today. Okay, so, like I said, I only got that little thin one. I can't put that one up. I'm going to use it for something else. Guaranteed I'm going to use it for something else. Either a door or something else. Maybe even a door jamb. Who knows? But anyways. La-da-da. The roof's going on. Look at that. Got 4 of them up. Now, what I said, on the top side, I'm going to cut some boards and make a strip that'll cover this all up. And that'll mate with each board. No leaks. None whatsoever. If it does, I'll be on the inside, do a little bit of caulking, just wherever. I mean, because I'll just run a bead of caulk or something in there. No biggie. Or even on the outside, I'll run a bead of caulk. Doesn't matter. But, anyway, there's 4 of them up. They're all screwed down except for this one here and that one all the way. Excuse me. All the crap's coming out of my lungs. But anyways, I lost battery power. Forgot to charge the damn thing up last night. So, now, about the only other thing I can do up here today is after the rain gets done, I can work on the chimney. Yeah! So, while it is raining, I can put on a hoodie, not get too damn soaked. Go run around and get a whole bunch of flat rocks and take all these other ones that I'm not going to use and put them down below where my little path's going to be. Like I said, I have a use for all these rocks. I can get them out of here and get them done. So, anyways, the roofie's going on. Looking good. It's where I want it. Now, this is what I was telling you about. See how these are run up past the crest of the roof? Well, I'll take another board like this, and when I run it up, I'll butt it up on the underside. That way it doesn't leak down the center. You butt it up underneath, screw it together, and voila, right? Keeps them ends from curling up anyways. If I'd have done it the other way, right, where I meet them up and then I'll screw one into the other without having that extra up there, it would have leaked through the center. Guaranteed it would have leaked through the center. So, I'm doing it this way. That way, it ain't gonna leak. So, and a little Knoggin here. You got to remember what you're doing. So I run those up about 4 inches past. So what I did is I measured up from the edge of this log, the edge of this log right here on the very end to 6 inches to the peak. I added 4 over for the overhang. Somewhere right around 10 inches. So first one, I put a screw in there to hold the board where I wanted to screw it down at. All the consecutive boards I have been placing either a little long. I might put them just a little bit long. That way I'll be way long over there, and I don't care. Doesn't matter. If it's a little bit longer, who cares? I don't care. Right? But I'm trying to get them kind of in line here. They're pretty much in line, straight up and across. So, because these logs here, as you can see, they're not straight. So if they're not straight, I got to eyeball this stuff. I could put a rope across, right? Put a screw on the one side, on the outside, and then put a board up here, whack, put a screw on the outside, and run a string line or a rope line across, and I could get it straight. But you know what? That's too damn much work. We're just gonna eyeball it. I got an eyeball right here, and I got an eyeball right there, and I can eyeball both of them. So, see? I can eyeball everything. Shit. So, it's good enough for me. The overhang is quite a bit more than 1 foot. So when I get that all wobbly-gobby, here, I'll show you. You can go out here and it's spitting a little bit of rain right now. But, okay. We'll go from about the middle of this log to the end of the board. Hook on there. And we'll go from the outside of this little log. We got about 21 inches, which is a little bit more than a foot, almost 2 foot. I mean, that's a pretty good overhang. I don't mind that, not at all. So, and they're pretty straight. But what I'm gonna do is, later on, after the roof is on, after everything else is done, then I'll come out here and I'll snap a string line. Put a board up here where I can stand on it and back up and everything. And now I'm gonna have to cut some of them a little short to get around this tree, but I think I can get around it. Pretty close, pretty close, pretty close. So I might have to trim one just to get around that tree, maybe 2 of them. But anyways, we're good, we're good, we're good. Because this side over here, I cut all these approximately a foot. So, one's a little shorter than the other one. It don't bother me. Does not bother me. So, we're there. Yay. I still got, well, when I get the saw blade, I got to trim this edge up. Make it look right. So it looks like everything else. But, as for that, I'm out of battery power, so guess who's not screwing boards today? Well, I ain't got no more boards, so, because I need a saw blade. And I don't want to damage my saw. So, we're down to what we can do, and what I can do is go get rocks today, make up a couple buckets of mud, and let's finish this frickin' chimney. Let's get it done. Let's get the inside mudded down, so then I can start chinking this thing back up, right? And then I ain't got to worry about the chimney at all, or the inside at all, around the fireplace. It'll be done. Done, 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 done. Then all I got to do, roof chinking and the doors. And then at a later point in time, I will cut in a window or two, which will require a few more boards, no biggie, a few more. And I'll cut those up all nice and straight like I'm going to do the doors. And the windowsill will, the bottom part will protrude in, like the logs here, it'll protrude in. That way it'll make a little shelf to where you can put something on there. The windows, right now they're just going to be plexiglass. Now I could measure everything off up here and make like a little window frame for it. And then I can, when I'm up here, I can frame out a little piece, right? And put some hinges on the little plexiglass, and it'll flip up or flip in, one of the two. I'll probably have it flip out. And I'll just have a little stick that'll go on the inside of it and stick it up there. So I'll just have like a little, build a little swing stick, so when I lock it, I'll lock it like lengthwise up and down through the glass. But when I release that latch, I have like a little swing stick that'll go out and just go whoop like that, and it'll open the window a little bit. I could have a bigger stick in there, and I can open it all the way to shoot out of. But my plans are, just for right now, little door, there will be a window somewhere right around in here, about shoulder height. So I'll leave a little bit of this log, cut it, leave a little bit of this log, or this log up here, go up, cut it, put a nice size little window in there that I can flip up and shoot through it. The other one, I'm going to put about the middle of the bed here, about shoulder height, maybe a little higher. I'll cut in just a little window. It'll be more long than it will be tall. And that'll let some, both those will let some light in here, which is, I'm going to need it. At some point in time, if I want to, this is a big if, I can cut a hole in the roof, box it in, and have some like rubber or something on the inside, whatever, so it doesn't leak, and I can silicone it and everything. And I'll put a little skylight in here just for, so you can see up the hill or down the hill or whatever, and just let light in. It won't be a very big skylight, but it'll be a skylight. So the more natural light I've got in here, the better. The better. So anywho's and anyways, no deer yet. I'm done playing around with all the electrical stuff. Don't have to do that no more. What else? But here we go. Roof's going on. And I think it looks pretty damn good. So this is bushcrafting the advanced course. Okay, this is not exactly how you build a cabin. Okay, I mean the other ones that are on YouTube, they build all these cabins, and oh my God, they strip down the logs and they got to make everything perfect, and it's got to fit together and whatever, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. This is more a hunting cabin. You're not going to live in it, so you're not going to freeze all winter. I mean, if I had to, I could stay up here for a couple months in the winter, depending on how cold it would be. The chinking in the walls, and since it's only a single thick wall, it's not going to hold a lot of heat. But the way I have designed this, it should hold quite a bit, because I'm standing this far away from that fireplace. Got a nice little fire in it, got some coals, and I can feel the heat from here. So when I get the roof on, that heat is going to transfer, heat rises. So it's going to go up the roof, and then it's slowly going to sink down. Now the rocks that I have in here, these are not river rocks. These came off the side of the hill. You never want to use river rocks for the fireplace. You can use them for the chimney, but you can't use them for the fireplace, because if they've had a lot of water on them, the rocks retain the water. And what happens when you heat up water? It boils, makes steam, right? The rocks tend to explode. So you don't ever want to use river rock for a fireplace or a fire pit, because that direct heat onto those rocks, I mean, I can hear the steam coming off my green wood, but there's no steam coming off these rocks, because of these all came off the side of the hill. I could have used river rock, but it's the same rock as what I'm getting, and why tote them a whole hell of a long ways? These are just rocks that I found right around here. Not a lot of hauling. The faster the better. So when I go down, and I've been cutting down there, here we can take a little walk, because I've got this one log kind of split, and that's when I noticed my chain, my blade for my saw, was not right, and it was about ready to break. So we cut that. So anyways, I got the log. I'm putting the log on two little logs, get it up off the ground so I'm not hitting the rocks and the dirt and everything. And you just put a little rock on one side and a little rock on the other, just on one end. That way it doesn't roll off. And when you're cutting it on the outside, you gotta move that rock, because you don't want to hit your chainsaw with that rock. Holy smokes. This is the deer corn. Boy, they've been into this. This is almost gone. Remember the other day I smoothed all this out. Wow. And this is where I put that deer cane. They've all been up in here too. Whew. Wow, they've been eating a lot. So anyways, that's kind of surprising. The other corn pile down there has been hit pretty hard too. So I'm a couple days from hunting. Now, you can't hunt the deer over the corn, but there's nothing saying I can't keep putting corn out. I just let them go up the hill and then I shoot them. So that's not hunting over corn. Well, anyways, I've got these logs down here, and I start with the center cut, waka waka waka, right? Start with the center cut, and then just eyeball it over about 1.5 inches. And you have 1.5 inch boards. So this is all, I do not have a mill. This is all eyeball with a chainsaw. And I don't care if they got a little wabi in them, whatever, because when they lay flat, they'll end up being flat. But this is log number 2. I can get an 8-footer out of that. This one here, if I cut it, I'll just get a couple of boards out of it because I've got to cut so much off and it's got a little dog leg in it. So this one here might go for something else. This one might, if I can get 5 foot off of it, 6 foot off of it instead of 8, I might get some thin boards for the door. And then I've got 8-footer, 8-footer, 8-footers over there. And then all these little logs all end up carrying up and splitting up for firewood. These little logs right here that I've got my log on, those will get ended up firewood. Firewood. These 2 are firewood. I could cut some boards out of these because they're smallish. So that's an 8-foot log. That's an 8-foot log. Firewood. This is an old, when I was making the floorboards. So this one will go up. That one will go up. That one. There's another one over there. I got a couple of saplings down over there. I got this one here. This here was that still live tree. And I cut it. Now I'll square off the base here. And I'll go up 8 feet. I think I have enough to do 2 8-footers. So, more logs. Or more boards, I should say. And anything that's cut short, like this one here, this one here, this one actually, if it's not rotten, I'll cut it up for firewood. I have a tree there that fell. I didn't cut that one, but it fell. And since it fell, I will probably go up there and start slicing and dicing, put it into 5-foot sections, carry it up firewood. I'm gonna, as much of this stuff is, I'll go down a little ways and I'll cut them off and drag up what I can. Firewood. Anything that I can grab for firewood, I'm gonna be bringing up. And then on the other side of the trail where I come up, I've got a whole bunch of stuff down there. I've got some big thick logs that I can cut some 8-footers out of. I've got a 17-footer down there that I was going to use, but I can't move. So I'll split that bad boy in half, and I'll make some 8-foot boards out of that. So as it stands right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 logs over here. 7 logs, cut 4 ways, 28 boards. Plus the 4 I got up here is 32. I need about 40. So I'm gonna need 8 more boards. And I can get that out of that 17-footer down there. So I don't think I need to drop another tree, which is a good thing. Now, this is the wobby-jobbied end of that one. I'll bring these up. Firewood. I'll cut the top of this tree that I fell because I used the rest of it. I'll cut all the branches and stuff off of it. And what I can use, firewood. Even some of the branches that's about that thick, right? I'll cut those off, make some firewood. Bust them up, make kindling, whatever. There's busted trees and old dead logs that are up there that I'm gonna pull off the hillside, firewood. Anything I can use for firewood. I've got this stuff right here, the bigger pieces. I'll cut those, drag them up, firewood. Firewood, firewood, firewood. I'm gonna go firewood crazy here in a little while. So as long as I get them cut into pieces, I can split them as I need them. So what I'll start doing is on the backside, I was thinking about it last night. I've got some of these logs right here. These longer logs, I'm gonna set those back along the backside of the cabin, okay? Then this one right here, the one that was the floor, for the floor that broke on me, I'm gonna set those right along the bottom of the cabin, right? I'm gonna put those right along the cabin. These are gonna be about a foot off of it. Now I'll take some of these scarf boards for the end, I'll cut them and I'll nail them out. Now I'm gonna have a roof there, so I've got a roof, okay, la-di-da. I can put a single row about maybe that high, about 3 or 4 foot high, all the way along the back of the cabin. That'll be wood that I need to split. Now I can split it up and get a lot more in there. I could probably put maybe a cord or 2 back in there. Now I've got all this wood in here. I can either leave it in here for right now or I can move it out. Doesn't matter. Does not make a difference. Anything extra that I've got around here, I will be, we're gonna cut it up. So, yeah. Instead of trying to dig out this entire bank, because I've only got like 2 or 3 more buckets of mud. I've got all the water I need up here. This 5-gallon bucket's full. This 3-gallon can's full. I got water in my bucket. It's a little bit light on the water, but today doesn't matter if it's wet or not. I can dig. The dirt is pretty dry, but it's gonna be mud anyways. And I'll start. And after all this, see now, all the shrinkage and stuff. If you look, there's right here, there's a hole. So I need to stuff that with mud. There's a little hole right there that I need to stuff with mud. There's one right here that I need to stuff with mud. One right there, one right there, one right there. Since all this mud has dried, there's one right there. I can identify the holes and stick a rock in there and pack some mud around it. It won't leak. So for the most part, this thing is dry. It's pretty much dry. Still feels like there's a little bit of moisture in there, but for the most part, it's dry. But once I get all the mud packed in here and I get all the smoke stopped from leaking on it, yay. So we're doing that. These rocks are, I'm going to go through these rocks today, and for the most part, they're going to go over here on my little trail. This big rock is going to go over on my trail today. So today is going to be a rock and mud day. It's not too bad. I just shed my hoodie just a little bit ago, and I'm nice and warm. I've got a double shirt on, so yeah, we are going to probably finish the chimney today. That's what I want to do. So I've got to go get a bunch of little flat rocks, and I got to go figure out, measure kind of off on how big I need it, and go find a flat rock about that thick and as big as I need it for a cap rock. And then I need to find 4 little square rocks. That way I can put them around, 3 or 4, and put that cap rock on there. That way no rain in the chimney to go into the fireplace, and it'll let the smoke out. So, yeah, I think the rain is stopping. That would be nice. But anyways, I have rocks galore over here that I can chase through. I was digging a bank over there. It'll get overgrown like this in the next year, so nobody's going to see that. Especially me. It'll go back to being natural, but I can move some of these little logs out of the way. And as you can see, flat rock, pretty much. Some of these rocks down here are pretty flat, so I don't gotta climb up the hill for them. That's just a big rock. That's not flat. Neither is that one. So, anyways, I was checking this out. Plus, it's got chinking on it. So, I do have to go get more chinking. Today's not the day. It's raining. I don't want to get soaking wet. Because if I start getting wet, I can always go in, dry off by the fire, and whatever. So, yeah. I'll kind of quit drizzling here for a minute. Then I'm going to start moving some rocks down here for my little trail. I've got a pile of them rocks up here. Remember when I was digging this out and I put all them rocks over here, this big pile of rocks? I'm going to move all those and put it down on the trail too. That way it'll be decent to walk on. Probably move that rock out of here too. But yeah, it's going nice and roofy's coming together. So yeah, that's all I'm doing today. I'll probably finish off the chimney today. Started on the roof. Once the chimney's done, then I can start, and not tomorrow because I got to go run around everywhere. I got to go get chainsaw blades. I got to get this, that, and the other thing. I got to go pick up my rifle. Rifle, chainsaw blades. I got to pay my phone bill so I can keep uploading these good videos for you. And I got a couple other things that I need to get. And yeah. Then we'll be styling. I've got enough gas. I've got enough pre-mix if I need. I've got some mixed gas down at the house that I can bring up. I'll probably have to buy another jug of oil. Just keep chainsaw going. And but yeah, we're gonna get her done. Oh yeah, we're gonna get her done. And then when I come back up here, it'll be Halloween. Very next day starts gun buck season. So that means that when I come up here on Halloween, guess who's making a shit ton of boards? Me. Because I can get the boards cut, and during gun buck, when I get up here early in the morning, instead of going out and looking for these deer, right, I can haul the boards up here and start putting them up. And then I can also run around and for a whole day, just run around the hills and go get as much chinking as I can possibly get in here and start chinking everything. Oh yeah. So I figure it's going to take to the tune of maybe 8 to 10 bags. Because that one bag that was here, then I was chinking over here, and I did chinking over here, which is all right there. I've still got a pretty good sized pile, and from what I know what I'm doing, the wider the gap, I'm not going to worry about the gap being there. I'm just going to pack it through with chinking. It doesn't bother me. Instead of trying to cut up little logs and wasting time and effort, I've got the chinking. I'll just go ahead and do it. And I can do that while I'm sitting in here early in the morning before I go out hunting. I can sit here and chink most of the day. If I get a deer, then I got to take it down. I'll process it And after that's done, if I've got time left in the day, I'll come back up here and do more chinking. I'll just work on this during deer season for the gun. I also have to get some deer with my bow. No problem. Bow season goes all the way up through till the first of the year. I've got 2 months to hunt a bunch of deer, so we're good. And the way it's going right now, everything is good in here. Everything's good. So now that I've got the roof going on, I will have to crawl on the roof a little bit to put the little intermediate boards, I want to call them, the little center boards. So I will have to crawl on the roof for that. But I'll be able to do that. And if I can get to it where I can crawl up here on the ladder and get on the roof, I'll put a little board down here. A couple little boards. I'll just put one here, and one here, and one here. That way I can step on them. Just in case I fall off, I don't want to go down the hill, so that would hurt. The other side, if I slide off, I'm only dropping 3 feet. I'm not worried about that. So that's what we got going on. So the roof is going on. I'm going to try and finish the chimney today while I'm up here. I thought it was going to rain a lot more. Evidently it's not. So here shortly I've got another crate other than the one that I really use. The other one's got some tools and stuff in it. I'll just unload that one, leave everything in the tent, grab the crate, start moving rocks. So that's what I'm going to start doing here in a little bit. Alright, so, you know what time it is, sports fans? It's time for a home run! And I know the World Series is going on. I know it's the Dodgers against somebody. Don't know who's winning the series or if somebody's already won it. So I know that they're playing. And then the boys of summer are gone. Football's going on. Hockey season! Yes. My Colorado Avalanche. Let me tell you. So anyways, I'm going to let you go. So. Ha-cha-cha! See ya!